Hello everyone, welcome back to the 3v3 match. On the blue team today we have Styx as the Chaos Space Marines, Loki as the Imperial Guard, and Seabreeze playing as the Eldar. And for the red team we have Elena on the Eldar, Rotte as Space Marines, and Alpha playing as the Imperial Guard. On the map Tartarus Harbor, which I do not think we've seen before. Looks kind of cool from the little screenshot here though. As a note, or a side note here, this is Seabreeze's first game, so no pressure to Seabreeze to do good. Alright, let's see. We got Loki here with the Lord General. Oh, nice. I like the choice of skins here. On the right side, we got Seabreeze with the Eldar Warp Spider. Yep, Warp Spider Exarch. And the victory points are all basically lined up here in the middle. This can make for some intense fighting all across the field of battle here. Let's see. Scouts going for the resource points, and Dire Avengers going for the left side power node. Meanwhile, we have Dire Avengers on the blue team going for the first victory point, and the IG are pushing straight at the middle to this victory point. Want to try and get an early lead there. And our first skirmish is between the Lord General and his Scout Squad. Scout Squad clearly losing this, but managing to cap the resource point, requisition point, and falling back. That's still a good move there. So it is currently 1-0 in favor of blue, but the red team is here.
You let allies conquer victory points for you.
And looks like they're at least going to neutralize, if not capture, this point for the red team. Dire Avenger Squad and the Warp XR trying to push them off the point, doing a lot of nice damage here. And on the left side we have cultists pushing off a red Dire Avenger Squad, but there are Banshees that are going to come up, destroying those cultists. They also trying to capture the left point, but they do fall back. Nice, they push them off the left victory point. They refuse to get pushed off the right though, so it is going to be 1-1 as far as victory points go. This Dire Avenger Squad getting fired on from the Guardsmen and the Sentinels. Going to have to retreat here in a moment. There we go. Exarch trying to finish the job off. Not sure if the XR can take on a Sentinel and Guardsman squad. And it looks like... There we go. There's the warp. And pulling back. In the mid they have it secured under Guardsman control. Left side looks like is now going to the Space Marine. Styx is taking that, which will push this into a 2-1 lead for the blue side. There are still some uncapped resources though on the blue side. They need to get these things capped up quickly. Especially this power node. That is going to really hurt them. They do have multiple free squads sitting on the right side, so hopefully they get to that soon. Looks like the Commissar Lord is heading through to try and get this wreck point. Or maybe trying to get the center. There we go. Yeah, trying to get the wreck point. Nice job. Sentinel and Laser Tower backed up by Guardsman Squad holding the right side for now. Chaos Space Marine heading towards the middle to try and get this requisition point. And it looks like Rotte's forces are moving up the mid to engage against these entrenched Guardsmen and Sentinel. We'll see if they have what it takes to take them out. There is also a Commissar Lord and more backup coming from the right here. Oh, and that Sentinel is just getting destroyed. Oh my god, the Sentinel goes down. That is unfortunate. Commissar Lord coming from behind, stabbing these Guardsmen in the back, taking it on the Lord General. And this Guardsman squad also getting flanked from the right and left, and they go down as well. That is a brutal loss. Brutal loss for Loki. Let's see on the left side here, cultists are retreating, Banshees are retreating. It looks like the Chaos Lord is managing to hold on to the left position, and on the right position, the Eldar player with the Banshee support is going up and taking out this Laser Tower, and hopefully will capture this point for the blue team. They do finally manage also to capture the power node back here, which they desperately need. That's a good move. And the Lord General for Loki is also falling back. He looks like he did lose all of his squads, which is really, really not what you want to see in the early game, but we'll see if you can bounce back. Meanwhile, Rotte's attack squads are taking the middle victory point, which will give red team at least 1-1 victory points against the blue, so they will stop leading. But at the same time, they are going to finish cap on the red on this right side, so it will be 2-1, not 1-1. There we go. And red continues to bleed some victory points here. Chaos Space Lord pushing off a Scout Squad. That is his requisition point, Scouts, not yours. Meanwhile, on the right side, the Eldar and the Guard are in a vicious battle. Banshees heading up the alleyway, trying to chase down these Guardsmen to finish the job. They are so close to killing them, but I don't think they're going to be able to. There we go. They have to pull back. Sentinel taking it to this Dire Avenger Squad back here, and they drop. And now the Banshees and the Exarch are in full retreat, leaving this point to be once again neutralized and maybe recaptured by the Red Imperial Guard. Wow, and apparently the Chaos Lord didn't go down when we were watching the right side. So he's going to take a quick nap. Rotte's attack squad's pushing onto the left side, flanking this Chaos Havoc squad. Very nice flanking job here. While the Heavy Bolter team sets up and destroys these Banshees that are heading in. And there we go. Now they are retreating due to Rotte's flank. Very good maneuver. Nice combined attack there. And this left victory point is now left to the taking for Red Team. And that early lead that Blue got may just be canceled out here, since Red Team is going to hold on to all 3 victory points. We'll see if they can push them off, though. Here comes another charge from the Cultists. I don't know if they have what it takes to push off the Eldar player, though, especially with Rotte's reinforcements quickly heading in. And on the right side, Guard firmly in control of the right side there. Center is currently uncontested. And the Chaos are forced to retreat. Possibly losing the squad. Nope. Chaos Lord does come in to turn back the Eldar. Rod is pushing up on this power node. Power that the blue team desperately needs. And on the right side, the Eldar player is getting destroyed by the combined might of the Catachans, Guardsman Squad, and Sentinels, with the Commissar Lord leading them. And they push on to Blue's requisition point. The XR did manage to be all sneaky and neutralize the right side victory point. And looks like we'll be able to cap as well. I don't think the IG player knows what's going on there. Rock continuing to pour into this power node for Blue. And the Chaos is pushing up against the Eldar here on the left side. We'll see if they can push off the Dire Adventure Squads and the Warlock. Setting up a Havoc Squad here for suppression. Suppressing the Banshees. Not what the Banshees want to see. One squad forced to withdraw. Warlock pushing back this attack squad, but unfortunately not pushing back the Havocs. But they are now displacing and retreating. While the Chaos Lord tried to neutralize, forced to push back. Here on the mid lane, Rotte's forces are pushing back the Guardsmen. Those attack squads refuse to give any kind of ground. And on the right side, it looks like the Guardsmen will push back a little bit, but the Exarch did manage to capture that point, putting it 1 to 2 victory points, but still in Red's favor. And here comes another Guardsman push with the Sentinel in the lead. Banshee's forced to retreat. Now that power node is officially gone, free for Rotte's forces to capture and deny Blue of the power that they really need. And the Guardsmen are pulling back to capture this power node. It's going to be 3 to 0 in favor of Red. And they are losing a lot of resources here. Banshee's trying to claim this requisition point. IG player is okay with that, as they are now capturing the 3rd victory point. Looks like we do have some Raptors inbound with their Chaos Lord, Attack Squad, and Cultist. We'll see if that's enough to push back Rotte's Tax Marines. Apothecary just withering the Raptor attacks, trying to capture that power node. Letting it go, though. But he did neutralize it. Blue is not getting any points from that resource node. And here we have some Guardsmen to provide backup with the Chaos Space Marine. Warlock in there trying to take out the Havoc Squad. Doing a pretty good job at it. Already down to below 50% health. Chaos Space Marine just tanking all of those attack squads on the right there. Looks like the Eldar player is forced to retreat, but more Banshees are inbound. Guardsmen support coming in, and they will most likely be able to push off the attack squads, but the Chaos Space Marine, Chaos Lord stays in too long and takes a nap once again. On the right side, we have the Guardsmen fighting off the Eldar once again. Banshees going into the ranks, trying to kill the Guardsmen at point-blank range, and are actually forced to retreat from the Sentinel. XR is going as well. There is the Ogren squad that Alpha likes to grab. Ogrens do a lot of work. Meanwhile, on the left here, the Guardsmen duking it out with attack squad still. And Banshee's coming from behind, and a grenade throw. Ooh. This Guardsman army is forced to retreat due to the attack marines and the Banshee and Eldar flanking maneuvers there. Youch. I think I have to agree with Styx there. I do think this may be a GG. Ogren's pushing the Banshees off here on the right. The Eldar player is now locked into their base. More attack marines being dropped in by drop pod from space. Banshees pushing on the left, taking even more resources. The Chaos player trying to do what they can. You have another push here. Guardsmen taking out the power generator outside their base. And blue team down to 177 points. Alright, so the Eldar is running away. Falling back to the victory point, but there are Wraith Guard waiting. That looked impressive, but didn't actually do any damage to the Raptors there, but the Banshees are taking them out now. Raptors need to get out of there. Oh my goodness, Raptors not making it out. And now we are just in a mass melee here. There we go, Wraithguard punching the Chaos Sword in the face. And forced to retreat. But the Chaos Space Marine is also forced to retreat. Ross Force is coming in for a flanking maneuver. And blue team down to 100 points. Alright, Banshee attack coming in from the behind. Ooh, getting grenaded. And forced to retreat once again. Leaving the Exarch alone to get grenaded. Duking it out with the Commissar. And the Wraithguard now coming online. Do not think it's going to be enough though to push back this red tide here. Down to 44 points. Nice Imperial Guard bunker sitting there in the middle of the road. Ogren's advancing. Wraithguard getting smash shots here from the flank. And that is a GG. So good game goes to the red team, Milena, Rotte, and Alpha. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Take care.